culture. Okay. As an organization which is more than 85 years old, we have something what we call as a marriage culture, something that I spoke earlier about, value systems. And the culture stems out from a fact, it started from one statement from the founder chairman of the company, Mr. Bill Marriott, Senior. So there, John Miller Marriott, on which this particular brand is named. It actually started by saying, and spoke about being internal to say, if you take care of your employees or your associates and keep them happy, they will make sure that they keep their customers happy, who in turn will keep coming back and driving more business into your hotel. When the business keeps coming back, that will keep your owners happy, the people who invest into the business. When the owners are happy, they're getting the return on investment, they will make sure that they continue to grow and have more and more hotels like this. They continue to invest into you and continue to grow all their business. That one particular statement to us means a lot. So in turn, by having this one particular statement, all you are creating is you're creating a feeling of happiness on inside, and by way of keeping your employees charged, happy, motivated, you just sort of continue to build your organization in this particular manner. And that's one of the reasons why it is amongst the top few in terms of business, in terms of each companies all across the globe with more than presence in over 70 countries and more than 3,800 hotels across 20 different brands. That's number one. And number two is the aspect of giving people the accountability and all the responsibility, which is in there. You can. The only way for you to run your business is by way of being fair and making your people responsible and accountable. If you make your people, if you build that culture amongst your people and make them responsible and accountable, which means people will stay engaged. People are engaged. You drive your businesses across accordingly, and so on and so forth. This is sort of keep going. And if I may just actually add equity aspect of that as well, is also the fact that the company also focuses from an aspect point of view on something that you may have actually heard about it, what we call as a balanced scorecard approach. I don't know how many of you have heard about it, but a balanced scorecard approach is not being focused on one or two things, but actually being focused on, in this particular case, let's say in our particular case, on four things. And what are those four things related to us in our business is our business comes out from our customers, so therefore customer satisfaction. We are in the business of people, which means we have employees that we take care of, so it comes out from employee satisfaction, or taking care of the employees that we spoke about. Number three comes out from generating, having what we call as a market share. Just what is your market share in your particular market? How do you position, or where are you positioned in your particular market? And number four obviously comes out from financials. How much are you delivering to your bottom line, and so on and so forth. So that is what it's called. So the minute you set up an effective system of measurement called that scorecard, it also automatically sets the rest of the things. Now, Marriott is not the first organization that I started with. It is the second organization that I started with, but I have stuck with the organization now for 10 years. And like I said, the way I look at it, I'm extremely engaged in the organization. The organization engages me extremely well. I'm very happy with it. Never the thoughts of looking out around. into another vice chair or with somebody else who keep coming back to us and possibly with other, better career options, a better position, does not sort of comes in and comes in. And that's not only me. If you come to an organization like you would, we will take you around and show you the place. We have a lot of our folks and a lot of managers at levels who actually spend about 8 to 10 years in the company. And I'm talking about people who are in the age bracket of about 30s or 32s. Now, it's a given fact that, people in today's time, youngsters in today's time, it's very easy for them to keep switching over and on. But to see people stay on for as many number of years reaffirms the faith into the organization that there's something right that's getting done. That's the reason why, even if somebody may want to offer me something more, I may not want to, but it's not only about a position or a money that I'm going for, I'm also going for satisfaction.
And if I may ask, which was the earlier organization I was?
I used to work for another hotel company called Hyatt.
Yeah.
Both of these are American companies, and I don't really, when I say this, I don't really go ahead and say that they did not have better practices or whatever, because for me, the way I look at it, those were the foundation years that I spent in that organization. I can never forget what I learned out of it. That's the reason I'm there. They have their own areas of strength and positives, and there are people who swear by that organization as well. But this is what I found, and I found in this particular organization something that attached to what my value systems are and built into me, and that's what just makes me.
Thank you.
Right. That's very good PR for Hyatt. We got all the customers. Okay.
We have come to know the concept of PR now.
Okay. Any other? Yeah, please.
So in what all way should I, being a startup, be dependent on a PR firm? Like when I see a PR company site, they provide you with so many other things that you will not talk about. They speak of crisis management, they speak of designing websites for you, designing many other things for you as well. So is it that a PR firm should not be just looked upon for taking you to the media or getting media to you, or is it a PR firm is supposed to do all that, or it is just they're taking the Indian fantasy of इसके साथ ये भी मिलेगा?
Crisis communication certainly is an integral part of a PR agency. In fact, that's what we thrive on. We enjoy that. Websites is a choice of an individual agency. Whether really want to get into all that. I don't do it. He does it. So
no, I don't know.
So he also don't.
I don't do it. If you come to me and say that we need a website to develop, what we do as an agency is that we give you 3 names. We do a cost analysis for you, that which is better for you, and the interaction is directly, the payment is directly with you and the agency. Because our core competence is public relations. We are not into web designing, or PR agencies are not into web designing. There are PR agencies which are online PR agencies, they might do it, but the traditional PR agencies, no.
So you decide your own domains, like where I want to take my client to.
Absolutely.
So that is done jointly. We sit together. We look at your objectives and we look at the media objectives, and we come to an agreement. This is what the real objectives are. Then you work on a plan based on that.
And what kind of startup are you in?
So I am into designing.
Okay.
I design website as well as other print materials.
Competition.
I am.
No.
That's great.
No, but for you it's more important to promote your brand to get more customers. So your communication is completely different. And for you, you should not hire a PR agency. You should look at spending,
Partnering.
partnering, or you should be looking at marketing communications on the web.
So basically, I'm just a student and my company is a campus company.
Oh wow. I hope there are no communications companies.
I'm not a company.
Passport student?
Maybe they are not. So what do you want to pursue after Like PR, advertising, or journalism?
Actually, I'm confused. There's no idea because I've done everything. Advertising was there, PR was there, journalism was there.
If you join journalism, do keep us in mind.
Yeah, at least don't write negative about our clients.
So I opt to be an author.
Very good, that's the best thing. That's the best thing.
Any other
Any question?
There will be a time wherein the brand ambassadors will be replaced by this icons created by animated.
Right,
Anthony Vivek Crocodile.
Albert and Vivek Crocodile was there. No, but it also has Kajol as the brand ambassador. If you look at it, I think one of the biggest ones was for NACO, National AIDS. Bajaj Alliance was there.
Happy business.
Then, Happy Face, Chintamani. So yes, you have got so many.
There is a sort of shift you feel right now that's happening.
It's in transition.
So this is very cost effective.
Very cost effective.
If rightly done, like a brand ambassador can also be an expensive brand ambassador, might not be the best of brand ambassador. So you have to just think about that concept and then take it forward. Like one of the best one was for the AIDS Council. I think they
Brand
had.
ambassador gives you a boost shot immediately. Other thing you need to explain. That's why there's a slow burn. Brand ambassador comes in hard.
Yeah, but brand ambassadors
Some
are
buyers
brand ambassadors are nightmare for the PR agencies. Because when you're launching something and if there's a brand ambassador who is a Shah Rukh Khan or a Ranbir Kapoor, what happens is that the media wants to ask them more about their movies than about the product. So it's a nightmare.
Not about
Exactly, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare for PR.
Right. Any other point or question or?
Sure. In the starting, you said that PR agencies take care of if someone is talking negative about your organization on online media. Suppose Facebook, someone puts up a status message negative about my organization. How does a PR agency control that particular thing?
You cannot control that. You can negate that, and that's what I use, negate. It's about who is monitoring your the content that is coming on your company in the online space. See, offline space we track everything, any agency. Online is very specialized. Then again, if somebody writes something negative about me, say I read that I hate Nokia these days, but it will go only to those people in my friend list of Facebook because my one is a very controlled Facebook community. It's not open to public. But if it had been open to public, it would have gone to millions of people. So if it's a closed user group, then it's very difficult to control, to figure out who is saying what.
And he's right when he says that he was monitoring, because I'm a trip advisor. I was going to a hotel which had good comments and bad comments also by the travelers. But the better part was that somebody from the hotel was responding to those comments and apologizing for something negative that had actually happened and thanking those people who had given the positive comments. I ended up staying at that resort in Goa, and it was a great experience. And I then came back and added my comment also, mentioning that. So somebody monitoring the online space, nothing like that.
See, TripAdvisor are very well monitored, and it's a very interactive platform because we Indians might not be so net savvy to go to the net and look at the comments and choose the property. Most of us, I'm not saying all, but the Western world, they depend on a Lonely Planet and a TripAdvisor for every property. They go, or every country they want to go on the property, they study it. They would go to TripAdvisor and see what are the comments. So every hotel is very particular that, I don't know about Marriott, but I'm sure Marriott will also be keeping a track on what's happening on.
We have a very, how should I say, reserved approach currently. We definitely are monitoring what sort of comes out, but it is also a space, like you said and you said, which is a very vast open space. The minute you start engaging with people, you've got to make sure that your systems are absolutely right. You cannot be at times on there and you cannot be at times not there. The minute you start engaging, then you are in the game of engagement.
Absolutely.
And you cannot get out of it. So not unless you are absolutely set up and you can actually go in and devote as much amount of time to all of these online media. TripAdvisor is one, Facebook. I mean, these days it's it's a world of all these things that are coming in.
For your side, you have to have a dedicated team for that.
Yeah, and it is, and that's the reason why. That's really for us. Let's say in our organization, we're spending more time in getting ourselves established first before jumping into it, and then learning lessons. But yeah, you definitely monitor. You definitely go in and make sure you go in and fix if there is something that's sort of coming out. But definitely good monitoring. But until unless you cannot give yourself a dedicated time to resource in there, it's advisable not to jump into it.
Actually, some of the corporates globally, and big corporates globally, are bifurcating their corporate communication and having a dedicated social communication team. So you have the corporate communications and the social communication. Their role is completely to look at the online aspect. And mind you, online is not only Facebook and Twitter. Let's not get confused with that, because that is the only thing. I don't know how it got propagated, but that has become the only thing that Facebook and Twitter are the ones of the social media. No. Remember one thing, Facebook is not permanent, because there was Orkut before that. So there will be something else after Facebook. There's already Google Plus.
Well, I don't know about something else, but we are out of time. There's something else to do after this. So,
one small question I
Okay.
asked in Marriott, you see, once you are in the bracket with the top liners, where there are other hotels, you have achieved today, you have achieved bar excellence services, because you are in the service industry. You are parting, those services on the top. Over there, do you have any research team, which keeps you giving feedbacks and doing research on the more innovative and creative aspects, which turn the total value of your hotels, all over. In the past record, 90 years, how far, you have been achieving, as compared to the other industry?
It's a great question. Change is the only thing constant that we always keep hearing about. So yes, we have multiple set of people working at multiple levels who sort of do this sort of study, research, analysis, whatever you can call it as. And if I was to go right from the top, so the organization at the top has people who are responsible for the brand, and those are the people who study the behaviors of people who come in and stay in hotels like this and continue to do research, and based on the findings of that, suggest or recommend that as you continue to build more hotels, these are the new changes you've got to keep building in. So that's more from a corporate level. At a hotel level, we have our own set of team or us who continue to monitor feedback that customers like you, when you come in around to the hotel and you give us feedback. Somebody said TripAdvisor, somebody said Facebook, somebody said, when you come in and you share with somebody the other whatsoever, those are the stuff that we take back in and we review it, and based on that, we continue to go back and make changes. And it could be as smaller as a customer coming and eating in a restaurant and felt that an X thing wasn't right or something with the other. It's our responsibility to pick up the phone and go back and either clarify if it was not understood well by us, or go back and clarify with the customer to say, this is how we do, but if there is a genuinity of the feedback, in most of the cases it is, we come back and we tweak ourselves for it. So it's a constant process of reviewing and evaluating feedbacks and making those changes as it deems fit in order to let the business going and in order to keep the customers satisfied or keep giving them what they are looking out for.
That's one part.
Okay.
What I'm more concerned is creating the satisfaction level, for the customer is one part. Second, you have some innovation, inside, which others don't have. In terms of providing the facilities, in terms of providing systems, and with the changing technologies, people moving all over the world, when they get back to AWs, especially, their expectations are on one side, but you as a very special organization, you give them something much more than that, So this is what I was asking, is there any cell, which keeps working?
He won't tell you that, but
No, I tell you, I have experience. You see, I have experienced other hotels and Marriott also. I did find a difference. That's why I'm asking.
That's the one that I spoke to you about, the folks at the
Other
corporate
operator.
level.
Yes.
And I'll give you a classic example. About 4 or 5 years ago, across the company, based on the feedback, like I said, we now operate about 20 brands. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we were about 16 million brands. And like I said earlier, we continue to get guest feedback. There's a constant feedback or not so great feedback, if you put it this way, that used to always come about the type of sleep that a customer would have. And people as you collected that information, people saw that, maybe people at the end of the day are coming and staying in a hotel. Maybe you're coming to do business throughout the day, but all you look out for at the end of the night is a good night's sleep. If you're not able to get a good night's sleep or a good night's rest, what worth is it spending that money? What worth is it from a satisfaction?